81 years to the day, Second Lieutenant Blaine Wilcox was killed in action over Europe. His remains were laid to rest next to his parents. I'm Southwest Iowa neighborhood reporter Katrina Markle in Glenwood. Wilcox was a bombardier on a B-17 during World War II, shot down over present-day Poland and buried in an unmarked grave. Niece Lois Astrop is his closest surviving relative and one of only a few living family members who knew him. She remembers her uncles playing catch, and Lois was the ball.
One time one of them missed and I went out the window.
Since learning the news that her uncle's remains were identified by the forensics lab at Offutt, Astrop told me she's been thinking of her grandmother, who lost 2 sons in the war, and her mother, their older sister.
Well, if my mom could be here and see what's happening, she would just be unreal. It's just things don't happen like that very often.
In fact, the family first thought calls from the military about Wilcox's remains were a hoax, says Doug Astrop.
Mom would mention that she's had these phone calls, and we'd say, well, I don't know if they're true or not, you know.
Even for experienced funeral home owners, Georgianne and Roger Williams, caring for the long missing remains was something new.
They chose today because that was the day that he passed away.
We immediately realized that if we could work that date out, it was only fitting.
Family, spread out over several states, reunited to bury a relative most never knew.
And it's wonderful, but just too bad he's not here.
As an Army Air Corps officer, the service was conducted by the Army with participation from the American Legion and Patriot Guard riders. In Glenwood, I'm Southwest Iowa neighborhood reporter Katrina Markle.